Hello everyone, today we'll be presenting an indie game review on a 2D game called Celeste. During this presentation, we will look at the game's main features, how it's made and the creative rules that help bring Celeste to life. These are the group members who each enact a specific role related to game art, design, sound, programming, and narrative. Celeste is a 2D pixel art platformer released in 2018 by Matt Makes Games. Players control Madeline, navigating levels filled with hazards like spikes and moving platforms. She can jump, climb walls, and dash midair, requiring precise timing and skill to progress. Celeste was created by Maddie Thornton and the team at Matt Makes Games. Maddie designed the game to reflect themes of anxiety, perseverance, and self-discovery. Watch how Celeste combines quick platforming with expressive visuals and a touching story. Let's move on to the different roles that help bring Celeste to life.
Hello everyone, my name is Mariam and I'll be taking on the role of game artist for our presentation on Celeste. As a game artist, our main job is to design the visual look of the game. This includes creating characters, environments, and animations, making sure that everything matches the story, mood, and gameplay. Game artists also work closely with designers and programmers to ensure consistency and clarity throughout the game. Amora Batney is the lead artist for Celeste. She designed the main character Madeline, other supporting characters, and the game's level. Amora turned sketches into pixel art and also contributed to promotional art and in-game visuals. Celeste World is a crafted 2D pixel art environment. The game uses expressive character animations and detailed level design to guide the player visually. Madeline's character was carefully designed with movements, jumps, and dashes. These animations help players connect with her journey and understand gameplay mechanics intuitively. The art style of Celeste is a distinctive 2D pixel art with vibrant colors for safe areas and darker tones for more challenging sections. Parallax backgrounds create depth, giving the environment a sense of scale while keeping the playable areas clear. Foreground elements are simplified to help players focus on movement and obstacles. To create these visuals, the team used several specialized tools. Aspect was used for pixel art and animation, while Photoshop handled textures, concept art, and promotional visuals. The monogame engine brought all the art assets into playable game. Tiled was used for level layout, and GitHub enabled efficient team collaboration and version control. Optional tools like Audacity help integrate sound with visuals, and Illustrator was used for high-resolution promotional art. These tools allowed the artist to translate ideas from sketches to fully functional, visually polished game levels. Now let's focus on Madeline, the main character. Players connect with her because she's brave, determined, and relatable in her moments of self-doubt. Every detail from her red hair to her practical outfit communicates her personality and role in the game. Madeline was created by Matt Thorson and his team at Matt Makes Games. Her red hair symbolizes courage. Her jump, dash, and climbing animations convey emotion, so players feel her determination and anxiety directly. Small details like hair changing color during a dash provide immediate visual feedback for actions. Every movement and design choice was made to make climbing the mountain feel meaningful, turning gameplay mechanics into a story of growth and resilience. One of the biggest challenges for the game artist was conveying emotion and storytelling through small pixel sprites. To solve this, the team refined Madeline's animations, simplified level design for clarity, and used color to guide player mood. Parallax backgrounds added depth without distracting from gameplay. These solutions ensured the visuals were readable, engaging, and emotionally resonant. By combining technical skill with artistic vision, the team made Celeste World beautiful, functional, and memorable. That wraps up my part as a game artist for Celeste. Now let's move on to the next role.
Hi, my name is Abdul Hadi, and in this presentation, I will explain how the level design in Celeste works and how it helps the player learn, improve, and connect with the story. As the level designer, my job is to shape the player's experience. I decide where platforms and hazards go and how hard each part should be. I also make sure the gameplay feels fair and enjoyable and matches the story and visual style of the game. Celeste uses small rooms instead of long levels. When the player fails, they restart instantly, which encourages learning through trial and error. This design helps players improve without feeling like they lost big progress. The main abilities like jumping, climbing, and dashing are introduced early in the game. At first, the player can practice them safely. Later, challenges become more complex, so the player has to use these abilities with better timing and control. In Celeste, the game teaches the player through gameplay, not long instructions. The levels are designed so the player learns by trying things out. In the beginning, the challenges are simple so the player can understand how to move and jump. Later, the game takes those same ideas and mixes them in harder ways. This helps the player improve step by step without needing text on the screen telling them what to do. The learning feels natural and smooth here. Celeste is difficult, but it is fair. The player can always see what is dangerous, and when they fail, they know what went wrong. Checkpoints are close together, which helps players keep trying without feeling discouraged. The level design also supports the story. The mountain is a symbol for the main character's emotional struggle. When she feels stressed or doubtful, the levels get harder. When she grows and becomes stronger, the gameplay feels more uplifting. Creating the levels took a lot of decision making. I had to make sure the game stayed challenging but still fair for the player. I couldn't just tell the player what to do, so the level itself needed to guide them through shape, spacing, and rhythm. There were many moments where a section felt too difficult or didn't feel right emotionally, so I had to set it, adjust it, and sometimes rebuild it completely. Some ideas worked well and some didn't, but every revision made the level better. Through this process of testing and improving, the game world became stronger, clearer, and more enjoyable for the player's experience.
Hello guys, I'm Shahwaz Imran, the producer of Celeste. From the first idea through prototyping, testing, and polishing, every decision we made aimed to create a challenging, rewarding, and meaningful experience for players. I would like to take you behind the scenes and show how our small, dedicated team transferred a simple idea into an emotional and challenging platformer. Celeste is more than just a game about climbing a mountain, it's about perseverance, teamwork, and the careful attention to every pixel, animation, and mechanic that makes the player experience feel meaningful. Series started with a simple concept. Create a platformer that combines challenge with emotion. From the beginning, we focused on making controls precise so that every jump, dash, and wall climb felt smooth and responsive. We wanted the gameplay itself to tell part of the story, letting players feel accomplished as they progress and connect emotionally with Madeline's journey. As the producer, my role was to coordinate the team, manage deadlines, and ensure our creative vision remained consistent. We were a small team, which meant everyone wore multiple hats. Designers helped with coding levels, artists refined animations and sprite work, and writers shaped the story and dialogue. This close collaboration allowed Celeste to evolve from a rough prototype into a polished, heartfelt game where every detail mattered. Our development began with rapid prototyping, testing more core mechanics like jumping, dashing, and wall climbing. We conducted daily playtests, which helped refine the feel and responsiveness of the controls. Feedback loops with both players and the team were crucial, allowing us to see what worked, what needed adjusting, and to iterate quickly. This process ensured that the gameplay remained smooth, engaging, and intuitive. Level design was central to Celeste's player experience. Each stage was carefully designed to teach players through gameplay rather than tutorials, so every accomplishment felt earned. Pixel art was used to convey clear, emotional visuals, while Lena Rain's soundtrack enhanced the mood of each chapter. Together, the art and music created a rich, immersive environment that made the climb feel personal, meaningful, and memorable. Balancing the difficulty of Celeste was one of our biggest challenges. The game is intentionally challenging, but assist mode gives players the ability to adjust speed, jump, height, and invincibility, allowing them to enjoy the game at their own pace. Months of testing, bug fixing, and polishing ensured that the game remained fair and rewarding. Every climb needed to feel satisfying regardless of players' skill level. Releasing Celeste was incredibly rewarding. Watching players engage with the game, overcome challenges, and connect with Madeline's story demonstrated the power of teamwork, clear vision, and interactive design. Celeste shows that attention to detail, creativity, and persistence can transform a small in the eye project into a meaningful and memorable gaming experience that resonates emotionally with players.
Hi, I'm Anika, and I'll be taking on the role of a sound designer for our presentation. The role of a sound designer is to accumulate and select audio tracks in order to form custom sound effects, all the while maintaining a consistent balance between sound and imagery. Sound designers, alongside creating music, also create sound effects like footsteps, heavy rain, or applause, formulating engaging gameplay through the addition of tempo, mood, and emotional depth. Addition of sound in gameplay starts with the formulation of a library of sound effects. Through music composition and extensive knowledge of gameplay mechanics, sound designers illustrate a passage of time and rhythm, expanding the player's immersion of the game. Celeste's soundtrack was primarily assembled by Lena Rain on the application called Ableton Live, which comprises 21 tracks designed to intensify suspense and motivate players to push through rigorous fragments of the game, subsequently returning back to a more soothing and meditative score once a specific sequence in the game is concluded. The music in Celeste features pianos, rhythmic elements, and electronic synths such as theremin-style synth. Soundtracks usually commence with an unvarnished, relaxed melody and progress by the addition of layers to induce adrenaline, persuading players to push through difficult levels. Celeste is riddled with brilliant sound effects that represent distant leitmotifs. The four most prominent include the dash sound, which is an audio cue presented when the character Madeline performs her mid-air dash. Musical gibberish, since the game does not include voice acting, we hear short tonal sequences when characters are verbally interacting with one another or speaking. Environmental sounds. In Celeste, differentiation in platforms is made through unique environmental audio feedback, where each type of surface or ground tile has its own unique sound effect. Lastly, as a player collects the optional collectibles such as strawberries and hearts, they're made known of their achievement through a chime-like sound. The sound effects in Celeste were constructed by the audio team Power Up Audio using pre-recorded audio clips and sample sounds. They were later modified digitally through the audio engine Fmod Studio. Fmod Studio enabled the team to adjust the rhythms, melodies, pitch, and effects, ensuring every sound was functionally clear and emotionally thrilling.
Hi everyone, today I'll be talking about Celeste from a game programmer's perspective, focusing on logic, mechanics, and structure. Celeste is a 2D precision platform about climbing a mountain, but from a programmer's point of view, it's more than just levels and enemies. It's about creating gameplay that feels responsive, consistent, and emotionally immersive. The challenge for programmers is to make sure every jump, dash, and interaction works perfectly so players can enjoy a smooth, meaningful experience. Game logic. Let's look at the game logic. Logic in Celeste determines how the game responds to player inputs. Everything is deterministic, meaning the same input always produces the same result. This is produced by systems like collision detection and state tracking. For example, if Madeline touches spikes, she instantly resets to the last checkpoint, all handled by precise state management. The logic is designed to make a gameplay predictable and fair, which is essential for a game where precision is everything. Game mechanics. The rules and systems that define player interaction. Though the core mechanics, jumping, dashing, climbing, are simple to understand, but mastering them requires skill. Programmers achieve this through precise physics calculation and input buffering, which ensures the controls feel smooth and responsive. There are also optional mechanics like collecting strawberries for extra challenge or assist mode for accessibility. These layers adjust the gameplay without changing the core experience, showing them how mechanics can support both skill and emotion. Game structure. Celeste has a linear progression. Players finish one level to unlock the next. Each chapter introduces new mechanics, builds complexity, and then combines everything by the end. From a programmer's perspective, this requires level sequencing, stage saving, and progression tracking. Interestingly, the structure also reflects Madeline's emotional journey. As she climbs higher, the challenges become more difficult, reinforcing them for perseverance and growth. Conclusion and takeaways. So, what can we learn from Celeste as programmers? First, precision matters. The game relies on perfectly tuned inputs and consistent logic. Second, mechanics should support emotion. Every system should enhance the player's experience. Third, structure drives meaning. How you organize levels can reflect narrative and emotional depth. In short, Celeste shows that great programming isn't just about writing efficient code, it's about creating systems that makes player feel something. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Suleiman and I'll be taking on the role of narrator for Celeste. Core concept and theme, Celeste is more than a platformer. It's a journey about facing personal struggles. Climbing Celeste Mountain represents challenges like anxiety, self-doubt, and depression. The mountain is a metaphor for life's obstacles, showing that persistence, resilience, and self-acceptance help us grow. Madeline and her companions. Madeline isn't alone on her journey. Theo represents friendship and support. Granny shares wisdom, and Mr. Oshrio shows the importance of moving past regrets. Madeline's dark self embodies her fears. Their eventual unity teaches self-acceptance and emotional growth. Narrative structure. Celeste's story unfolds in 5 acts, reflecting both gameplay and Madeline's emotional journey. Act 1 begins the climb. Act 2 shows her confronting fears through battling. Act 3 highlights her emotional breakdown. In Act 4, she learns self-acceptance, and Act 5 ends with reaching the summit, symbolizing perseverance and growth. Story through gameplay. Gameplay mirrors the story. Challenging jumps, repeated failures, and obstacles reflect Madeline's struggle. Hidden paths and rewards encourage persistence, letting players experience her growth firsthand. Every success phase is meaningful because it represents progress through struggle. Impact and reflection. Celeste has inspired players worldwide. By combining gameplay and narrative, it explores mental health, resilience, and empathy. The game creates an emotional experience that goes beyond entertainment, leaving a lasting impression on players. Conclusion. In conclusion, Celeste teaches that growth comes through struggle. Its story and gameplay shows the importance of perseverance, self-acceptance, and facing challenges. Players share in Madeline's journey, living inspired and motivated to climb their own mountains. That's a wrap on our look at Celeste Gamer. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed discovering how the visuals bring the game to life. Thank you.